Oh my god. Where the fuck am I? Why do I feel so breezy? Holy shit, I'm up high. Well, only one way down. Ah. Ow, 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 fuck, 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 this hurts, holy shit! Wait, what are they? I hear someone yelling down at the street. Wait, what? Hold on. Ah, shit! Oh, that fucking hurts. Wait, what's that? Wait, I'm what? Oh, god damn it. Alright. Sorry about that. How's it going, guys? I'm the King of Shadow, and welcome to my review, discussion, whatever you want to fucking call it, on Insomniac Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man, Spider-Man PS4, whatever the hell you want to call it. It's the goddamn Spider-Man. And I want to try and break down what I want to talk about into a couple different sections. The gameplay is going to be broken up into about 3 to 4 different sections: traversal, combat, stealth, and puzzles. If I could get on one of them puzzles. And I'm going to make sure to have those sections labeled on the screen if I remember to do that in post. Without further ado, let's cut the bullshit and let's get straight into talking about the gameplay of Marvel's goddamn Spider-Man. Alright, first I'm going to talk about the traversal, how you get around, the swinging. It feels great. It just feels really fucking good. Sure, it's kind of weird to get the hang of at the beginning. Well, some people say that. It was kind of weird for me to like get the hang of like how to keep my momentum and my speed up, but after you get the hang of it, it's just a fucking joy. And everyone says that the swinging is good, and they are absolutely right. The swinging is fantastic. And something you can do while swinging, if you buy the skill in the skill tree, you could actually do tricks in the air in between your swings. I'm pretty sure you've already seen this. Pretty sure everyone's already shown this off, but god damn. Sorry if I'm like cutting myself off or stumbling over my words. I'm having too much fucking fun with the swinging right now. So god damn it. Let's just go straight over to the next section. Combat. Yeah, let's go over to combat. Combat! Alright, let's talk about the combat in this game, because it's really good. Everyone compares it to the Arkham games, and you know what? I can see why they do it. It is pretty fucking similar to the Arkham gameplay, okay? When it comes to combat. Except it's done kind of in a way of how you would think Spider-Man would do it. You have your basic basic melee attack, you got your dodge, and you even have hold on. You even have a way to grapple to enemies with a web. You also have different gadgets you can use, like like the web shooter, trip mine, impact web, which I didn't get to show off all that too well. Oh god, this video is gonna be a mess. But you have various gadgets at your disposal, and keeping your combo up without getting hit will generate focus, which you can use to either do a flashy finisher like this, or you could use it to regen your health. The reason I was able to do 2 finishers there is because I have an upgrade that allows me to do 2 finishers in a row, even if I don't have 2 bars of focus. Yeah, Spider-Man, he can have a lot of health, but he can also take a lot of damage. So you need that healing. There. It's kind of like a whole thing of, do you want to use the flashy finisher, or do you want to heal? It's kind of a whole thing of, what do you want to do? End it with a finisher. Yeah, I had to do one of these trials to show up the combat, but we'll talk about these time trials later. But yeah, so that's the combat in this game. Hey, it's really fun. Little bit like the Arkham games, but overall, I'd say it's pretty good. Now I want to try and move on to the stealth gameplay. So without further ado, let's get on to that. All right, just like in the combat, with the stealth gameplay, you have a few options at your disposal. You have stealth takedowns. You can use your various gadgets, and you can do anything you can to finish off the opponent, to pick off your enemies without being spotted. And if you get spotted, tough luck, buddy, because it's not going to be a fun time for you. Now, normally when you think Spider-Man, you don't think stealth, but hey, they somehow managed to make it work. And I'm not going to complain about that, if I'm going to be entirely honest with you, because I don't really see the need in complaining about it. And you still have your little one-liners there from Spider-Man, and great shit there, great shit. But yeah, gadgets can be used to pick off enemies fairly quickly, or you can do these stealth takedowns, as I've said before. It's a great way to help pick off enemies, like say bases and stuff. For the first wave, get the first wave out of the way before you really focus on the good nitty-gritty. And yeah, that's all I really have to say on that matter. So, stealth, also good, a little bit like Arkham, with a Spider-Man twist. I'll say that it does feel like a Spider-Man style of stealth. So let's get past this section and let's get on to the puzzles that I want to talk about. Puzzle gameplay. So this is one of two puzzle types that you could do in this game, where you have to try and reroute power, or reroute a circuit, or complete a circuit, however you want to say it. And in this case, you have to have a certain level, a certain amount of voltage in order to do it. Now, I'm going to be entirely honest with you here. I am not the best to be talking about puzzles because I'll admit I'm fairly shit at them. Like right there. But if puzzles are your style and how you like to do things, then this game has certainly got them for you. Like I said, there are two different puzzle types in the game, and this is just one of them. So, if this is the kind of thing that you like, go ahead, have at it. And those puzzles are pretty self-explanatory. They're pretty straightforward right there. Another kind of puzzle that's in the game, and that I'm about to show you right sec, also kind of straightforward. Maybe a little more tricky if you're not good at like lining up things with your eyes, if you're one of those people that has trouble with that. But if you're not one of those people that has trouble with that, then you won't have anything to worry about with this next puzzle here. Now with this puzzle, all you have to do is match up the patterns here. They start out pretty simple, but as you get to the more difficult stuff, they get a bit trickier. Again, it's a bit hard if you are bad at lining things up with your eyes, but if not, then you're good to go. You don't really have anything to worry about. Puzzles in this game, they're not too hard. They can be a bit frustrating if you're just trying to get to the the fun shit, the Spider-Man stuff. But if you're willing to take your time with the game, then I say this is for you. This is something that you'll enjoy. With that being said, now that I've gone through the gameplay stuff that I want to talk about, let's talk about some problems that this game has, because as much as I love this game, it does have some glaring issues. Oh, the time trials. I get that for some reason open world games these days tend to have time trials. I don't understand why every open world game needs to have a time trial now, but they're here, and I have some issues with them. Now, because the swinging in this game, as I've said before, is kind of momentum-based, kind of physics-based. And because that a time trial which requires you to be a bit more precise doesn't really seem to work out very well, at least in the case of this game. It's not just the bomb trials that I have an issue with, it's also the drone trials I have an issue with as well. There's also a time trial for stealth, which I don't know about you, but whenever I think of stealth, I think of something that you need to take your time on in order to get it right.
So close to perfection.
And if you don't take your time, and considering that it is a time trial on stealth in that factor, then it doesn't really seem like it really works out for me. I always end up taking stupid risks, and for some reason, in my case at least, the game seems to break when it comes to the time trials. Like, sometimes in the stealth sections, I'll get spotted when I shouldn't have gotten spotted. In the swinging trials, I'll zip to a thing that I shouldn't have zipped to, even though I wasn't, I'll zip to it even though I wasn't aiming at it. And it's just, the time trials are a big issue, and it's not even just the time trials where sometimes the gameplay doesn't work out smoothly. Like, sometimes during combat, I'll push the dodge button and I won't dodge. Or I'll push the down button on, I'll push the down on the D-pad to heal when I have focus, and I won't heal. It's just a pain in the ass, and I would only recommend doing the time trials if you're going for the 100% completion. Oh wait, or if you want to get, or if you at least want to get most of the suits, because some of the later suits, like some of the better suits that you can get in the game, like I think the Iron Spider suit and shit like that, require you to have the challenge tokens, which you get from completing the challenges, the time trials, the challenges in the game. With that being said, why don't we go on and talk about the story now? Gentlemen, now let's talk about the story of the game. Story starts off with a pan over Peter Parker's room, and you'll see all kinds of different references and such to his career as Spider-Man. And now, I like how they did this instead of doing what almost damn near every Spider-Man game does. It goes through the hassle of showing us his origin story. We know who Spider-Man is, we know how he starts, we don't need to know his origin. In fact, we don't even get the origin of most of his villains. The only villain that we really get the origin of would be Dr. Octavius, or Doc Ock. And that's because, in this universe, Peter Parker is actually working for Dr. Octavius. We see a little bit over time the progression of Octavius's descent into a villain. And you know what? I like that. I like seeing a build like that be given something different than what his normal shtick is. His origin, his revenge doesn't really have anything to do with Spider-Man. It more so has to do with Norman Osborn and the fact that at the project that Otto was working on a project that was made to help people, prosthetic limbs that work about as well or even better than the real thing. He was working to help people, and in the process of using a neurological link, neurological interface, I think that's what it was called. Because the side effects of that link that they made to his limbs, his hatred, his rage, everything about him towards Norman Osborn was escalated. The other main villain of the game, Martin Lee, or Mr. Negative, is also an issue because he has a grudge with Norman Osborn. The other villains of the game, like Vulture, Scorpion, Electro, they don't really have anything against Osborn. They're just working with the likes of Octavius and Martin Lee because of promises for debts I have to pay. And goddamn, I'm pushing dodge, and it is not letting me dodge. This is one of the problems I was talking about, by the way, people. But yeah. So I like how they're doing that, and that how the bigger baddies in this game have a common enemy. And the common enemy, the common goal is destroy Norman Osborn. Who, by the way, creates something that is supposed to be a genetic cure, but because it is wildly imperfect, it ends up being a bioweapon. Oh, I'll probably end up putting a spoiler thing before. I'll probably put a spoiler warning in this section. But yeah, the story of this game is really good, and it incorporates different aspects from different Spider-Man timelines and different Spider-Man lores. We got references from the original timeline. We got references from the Ultimate timeline. We got references from the Sam Raimi films, and even the fucking Amazing Spider-Man Andrew Garfield films. You got a little bit of damn near every Spider-Man in this story, in this game. And one of the end credit scenes where we see the possibility of a new Spider-Man for the sequel, if this game does get a sequel, absolutely mind-boggling. I can't say that the ending of this game is somewhat bittersweet because of some of the things that happen. And that's in no small part thanks to the voice acting of this game, which, by the way, Yuri Lowenthal has Peter Parker and Spider-Man. I was not expecting that. I did not follow the development of this game. Like, the only reason I decided to pick up this game is that I saw gameplay footage of it from a Let's Play, and I'm like, I need to get this game. I didn't know any of the voice actors. I didn't know any of that. I was not expecting fucking Sasuke Uchiha to play as goddamn Spider-Man. But yeah, the story is fucking phenomenal, and the only downside I can say to, like, after the story is done is that unless you do certain side missions, like if you do all the research stations or do a couple of things here and there, you don't get those like little random phone calls that you got from the likes of Captain Yuri or MJ, because I can understand having them in the story because you kind of need them there for extra context, but I would have liked to have them there. I would have liked to have that in the end game too, because they added something. They added some extra life to the game that I feel like it needed. After you finish the game, the only person you really hear from is J. Jonah Jameson, because of his little radio show. And honestly, it gets really old after a while. If there's a way to shut it off, I do not know how. Like, even after you save the fucking city from a fucking plague, from Dr. Octavius, from all this shit, he'll still have the gall to say, hey, that Spider-Man's only doing it for the fame. He's a menace. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. Although I will say that there is one hint of Jonah Jameson's little radio show things that did get a chuckle out of me. And that's when you're wearing one of the costumes in the game, funny enough, because I wasn't expecting him to have any comments on a spider suit, but apparently he does. And funny enough, it's the Spider-Punk suit. I'll get you. You guys can have a listen here.
People, I always thought Spider-Man was a few geese short of a gaggle, but this confirms it. As if that atrocious white spider wasn't enough, I've had repeated sightings of him in a new outfit. Some sort of punk rock-inspired thing that makes sane people want to tear out their eyeballs with a rusty spoon. Now, I was around for the birth of punk rock, and I did not care for it then. It's a flagrant declaration of disrespect for authority, and if Spider-Man is going down that route... Oh, no, I just had a terrifying thought. What if this isn't the Spider-Man we know, but some sort of metal mohawk-wearing copycat? What if there's more than one? Jared, go to break. I need to lie down.
Now you see, that's funny. Speaking of funny, decided to change the suit while that was happening. But I was disappointed to find out that, despite the fact that he does have a radio show recording, like a dialogue for the Spider-Punk suit, he doesn't have any dialogue for the 100% suit. He doesn't have any dialogue for the undies suit. And if he does have it, it hasn't come to me yet. But I was kind of disappointed about that. I was hoping that he was going to have some crazy-ass reaction to someone reporting into him that Spider-Man is swinging around in just his underwear. Like, I don't know. I thought it would have been funny. I thought it would have been in there because as there's dialogue for the Spider-Punk suit, I would have thought there would have been dialogue for the undies suit. Now, I've already stated my problems with the game, how sometimes the controls, the gameplay itself won't work properly, and I've also talked about how I kind of find it disappointing that the only thing you really hear after you finish the story, unless you do certain side activities that you didn't do before, is Jameson, and most of the time he's just really annoying about it. He's really annoying about the about Spider-Man, even claiming that because you're going around looking at pigeons or quote unquote stalking pigeons, because a couple of the side quests in the game involve pigeons for whatever reason, he will claim that Spider-Man is going out eating pigeons. Honestly, I don't get it. I will never understand why Jameson hates Spider-Man, but hey, that's just how it is. With all that being said, and I can't really talk about anything else because as of this recording, as I said, there is no New Game Plus and the DLC for the game has yet to come out. But what I can say about the game is that it is really good. Is it a little frustrating at times? It can be. But overall, I'd say it's a hell of an experience. And if you have a PS4, I would highly recommend picking up this game. If you don't have a PS4, pick up a fucking PS4. You'll be able to find one for really cheap. And if you're one of those people that was like me, that was worried that the game won't run as smooth as everyone says it does if you don't have a PS4 Pro, or if you don't want to spend a lot of money on a Pro, no problem. I don't have a Pro either. I'm running this on the standard like PS4 Slim, and it still runs like a fucking dream. Like in the sections where it transitions seamlessly from cutscene to gameplay, it will still transition seamlessly. The game still runs like a dream and looks like a dream, even if you don't have a PS4 Pro. So just pick up a used PS4 or for cheap. You can pick it up from GameStop. You can pick it up from eBay. Hey, you can find one for real cheap, and you will still be able to experience this historical game. And if you're one of those people that's on Xbox that's like, I don't need Spider-Man, I'm glad it's not on Xbox, then why are you one of those people that's leaving those shitty reviews on the game because you can't fucking play it because it's a console exclusive? I think I've said my piece about the game. If you guys want more stuff about Spider-Man, after New Game Plus drops, I'll do a playthrough of it, because as much as I like the game, I don't want to have to go through the hassle of unlocking all the suits again. Because I will admit, as fun as the game is, trying to unlock the suits, especially the suits that require challenge tokens in order to unlock them, I think it's just the challenge suit ones that are kind of a pain in the ass to unlock. And there is still one suit that I have yet to unlock, and that is the secret ESU suit that you get for doing all of the secret photo ops. So if you guys want me to do like a stream or something where I go around taking all the pictures to get the ESU suit, let me know. With all that being said, I have been the Key of Shadow, and this is one hell of a game. If I had to give it a score, 8. Hell, even a 9 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.